You probably know the term Stockholm Syndrome, and you may know that it dates back to a bank robbery that turned into a 6-day siege in Stockholm, Sweden, back in 1973. The hostages ended up bonding with the robbers who'd taken them hostage, and then they refused to testify against them. But I'm betting that you first heard about that term in a different case, a few years later, when a legendary lawyer represented a bank robber who was caught dead to rights in California. That lawyer's name was F. Lee Bailey, yes, of O.J. fame. His client's name decades before O.J. was Patty Hearst, and I know you know Patty Hearst. Patricia, as she prefers to be called, was the granddaughter of newspaper magnate William Randolph Hearst, as close to American royalty as one could get. In 1974, she was kidnapped by the so-called Symbionese Liberation Army. And 2.5 months later, she and her captors turned up on this security camera at a San Francisco branch of the Hibernia Bank. By then, Patricia was going by the name Tanya, and bank robbing was her thing. She was a radical. 2 people were shot in the course of that robbery, and the bandits got away. But a month later, police in L.A. raided the SLA's secret headquarters, killing 6 of the 9 members who were inside, including the group's leader. But Patty/Tanya was not there. For the next 19 months, she crisscrossed the country with her kidnappers turned comrades until on September 18th, 1975, that is 50 years ago today, Patty Hearst was arrested in a San Francisco apartment. Her wealthy family quickly hired F. Lee Bailey to work his magic at Patty's trial. And the ace he had up his sleeve was Stockholm Syndrome. He told the jury that the SLA had brainwashed Patty, drugged her, confined her, and abused her both verbally and sexually until she could not think for herself. But the jury didn't buy it. It was the 70s. And Hearst was convicted and sentenced to 7 years in prison. But she only served 22 months until President Jimmy Carter commuted her sentence. And then 25 years later, on the last day of his presidency, Bill Clinton granted Patty Hearst a full pardon. In the years since, she's written a memoir, she's appeared in John Waters films, and she co-owns prize-winning French bulldogs.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.